So here's our new Remus exhaust, here's our factory exhaust. A few things we need to do now. There's a few fittings that we've got to take off the old exhaust, get on the new one. We also have to chop our factory exhaust right here, so that it links up with our new system. We're going to keep this silencer on here just now and see how it sounds. We've never had this on the car, obviously. We're going to see how it sounds with this front silencer. What we're going to do is we're going to make up, we don't have the correct size of pipe in the workshop right now, and the place we buy our stainless steel is closed right now. So we want to know anyway how it sounds with the front silencer still fitted and with the delete pipes that we're going to make up for it. The delete pipes will be available on our website, as is the Remus exhaust right now. So right now we're just going to do it the standard way you would do it without using delete pipes and using the front of the exhaust as it was intended. We're going to take a little tape measure and we're going to measure 6 centimetres from the weld of the front silencer here, and we're going to make a little mark, and that's what's going to give us enough meat. You want to cut a little bit more rather than a little bit less. You want to have more pipe on here. You don't want to cut it too close to the silencer because you want to get a really good grip on here. 6 centimetres brings you just forward of the weld here, but at the same time you don't want this hitting right in the front of the weld here because it won't seal very well. So you've probably got about 1 centimetre from there. So yeah, we're going to take it 6 centimetres from the weld, and that should stop us fouling anything on the welds on the new exhaust. And there. And we're just basically going to chop that right there. This should fit right in and bolt right in. We're not going to tighten anything up until we've got everything where we want it underneath the car. So let's get chopping this just now and start fitting this new exhaust on the car. let's have a little let's have a little look around it, and I'll just mention some key points you might want to look out for. So looking right back here, if we can get the camera in here, you see that nut up there. Now that is really, really difficult to get in because you can't, there's no room up there to get your hand in basically. There's a little earth strap. Let's see if the camera can pick that up. Yeah, so that little earth strap you see going to the exhaust, don't forget to put that on there. With this one up here, if you just make sure you're holding the exhaust in the position that you want it before you really tighten that up. You don't tighten any of the bolts fully up on all of the system until you're back here, and you start back here because you want to make sure your tailpipes are positioned absolutely perfect. So when you are tightening everything up, everything will be on and kind of loose. When you start tightening up, start this one here, get the rear pipes exactly where you want them, and then just start working forward and tighten up that way. Here, you've just got this is quite easy to put on, no problems there. This bar here obviously has to come off to clear the exhaust. Make sure you torque all these back up again. This here has to come off, this whole plate has to come off. Again, make sure you torque up these bolts here and make sure they're the right torque. I don't have that here right now. We'll see if I can get a link maybe in the video. These bolts right here aren't any problem whatsoever. They probably won't snap off. You should be okay. Just get some WD-40 or some other kind of loosener in there just before you take them off, just in case you have any issues with them. As you can see here, everything fits absolutely perfect. There's no problems whatsoever. Come right down here, and here's where our clamps are. And make sure you have the bolts and the clamps up the top here. You don't want them sticking down under the exhaust. Just nice and clean to have it up there. And going forward again, here this is quite tricky. This middle, this has got a little bolt going through it here. It's always going to snap off. Don't worry about that. We can do without it. This one here is a bit tricky to get in now and again. You might thread that and need a new bolt, so make sure you look out for that. Now you can see plainly our new bolt that we've got in here. This is the one that snapped off on us. We had to put some new nuts on here because the nuts that came off were quite rusted. You could still have used them, but this is what I mean about having nuts ready to put on just in case you need them. And certainly if the car is your daily driver, you would be stuck if you didn't have those spares round about. So that's basically all there is to it. And as you see, if you've got the right tools, it's definitely the kind of job you can do on your own. You don't need anyone to help you, but certainly for getting the exhaust up and onto the car, if you're doing it alone, it might be better if you phone someone just to help you get that up there. Apart from that, it's all pretty straightforward. So let's get this thing in the ground and see how it sounds. I haven't heard this yet.